Anyway, getting back to the topic at hand, let's get back into these rappers that we're wondering what the hell happened to them, right? So we already just spoke about Paul Wall. He's from Houston, so we might as well just transition a little bit into another Houston rapper. I figure it fits well. My person, one of the picks actually is Bun B from Houston, like I said. Also the
Okay.
other half of UGK. So I picked him because he actually has a very interesting career. Obviously, like I said, he was with UGK with Pimp C, and then when Pimp C went to jail, he ended up having his own career as a solo artist and having hits that way too. But he's mostly known for Get Throwed, Give Me That, Your Everything, Ayo. Like he's had a lot of hits. And he actually has put out a lot of music. His last project was in 2018. And so since then, he's been kind of like transitioning his life into some other realms, which actually was really surprising to me. So a couple years ago, I believe it was in 2016, he decided to actually, let me double check. I don't want to get the year wrong. But he actually decided to switch gears and go into teaching, apparently. So he had dropped a few records and a few different albums. And after those having success, and I guess he decided he wanted to just try something different, he decided to actually go into teaching. So in the start of spring 2011, Bun B joined the facility of Rice University as a distinguished lecturer. So he taught a course in the School of Humanities on hip hop and religion, which I actually never really expected were going to be intertwined, hip hop and religion in the same subject. So I actually think it's probably an interesting ass course to take from him, especially because it's fucking Bun B. Like, what the hell? But he actually continues. Well, from what we know, he continued to teach it for like 2 more years. I'm not 1,000% sure if he still continues to teach it to this very day. That's what I was looking up. But he also has released a coloring book, which is called Bun B's Rapping Coloring Book. You can also purchase that one still. And then he also has gotten different awards for like making guest appearances. For example, like I guess he did a guest appearance at H Town Beat Down concert hosted by the local radio station, and he was awarded with the 360 Legend Award for his successful music career and his impact in the local community. So he's still out here, he's still doing his thing. But I think the most interesting thing is that he decided to go into being a lecturer, and I think it's cool that he's still teaching hip hop at least, and that it's a little bit different since it also has religion intertwined into it. But did you guys expect that from Bun B? Like the man who was in the song International Players Anthem, did you expect him to end up being a lecturer slash sort of kind of professor?
I think the the older into his career that he got, we kind of saw him take on that OG status very early. He
Mm.
was one of the people who I remember, like specifically, like a lot of the young rappers will call, like especially from like that southern area, they will call Bun B their OG and shit like that. So I remember that being like a stamp moniker for him very, very early on when he wasn't even fully out the game yet. So you could kind of see the planted seeds of it, of where like that type of leadership can come from. And then you
Mm-hmm.
can also see where like just that type of ability to be able to teach can come from. You know what I mean? This is one thing to
Yeah.
be able to lead, but it's a whole other thing to also lead and teach. So I think
Yeah.
he was kind of setting himself up early for that with just the leadership roles that he had when he was still probably at one of his hottest peaks in the music industry, because I think he went through a few different peaks, and I think that was like in the mid 2000s he had another solid run. um the other crazy thing that Bun B is doing right now that I think is really cool, I don't know when he started this, and I may have even brought this up on this show before, but Bun B has a burger line called Trill Burgers.
No.
He launched the restaurant like a couple of months ago in Houston. I think he wants to open up flagship stores all around the country. So, yeah, not only is he teaching, he has his own book, which I did not know about. I didn't even know about the coloring book, but that is a pretty funny coloring rap book. That's pretty cool. But yeah, like that, like honestly, that's just pretty cool. But yeah, Bun B has his hands all over the place. So he's another one of those guys who really never has to rap again if he doesn't want to. Like at this point, he's probably chilling. If he puts out
Yeah,
something, it's going to be like a legacy. It's going to be like a legacy thing or like a greatest hits type thing on some like greatest hits of UGK type shit, something like that. So
that'd be
yeah,
cool.
Bun B is solidified at this point in a bunch of different avenues now.
Yeah, and I love that he's doing all of that. Like he's giving back by teaching, but he's also being an entrepreneur, which is like super hard to do nowadays, but also from having a rap career and then transitioning into other things like coloring books and stuff like that.